Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all keeping well and safe. So today I just wanted to share with you why I recently had to cancel my order for this really beautiful Dior bag. So if you want to know all about it, then stay tuned. So I was browsing on Vestiaire app, as you do, and I wasn't really sort of looking for anything in particular, but I was just, nosing around, and I happened to see this bag, and it was the B Dior bag. And immediately I was drawn to it because I just sort of looked so pretty. And, it was in this really lovely blush pink. And you know me, I love Dior bags. And, I have my treasured Lady Dior. But I just thought this style, what I liked about it was that it still looked really chic and really elegant, but in a more sort of casual style. So I thought, oh, this would be great, to use on a more sort of casual basis. And I really liked that it had the crossbody strap, and it had the beautiful Dior charm and the feet, and I liked that the interior had a different color to the exterior as well. And it also had, if I can remember, I think it had a back pocket as well. So it basically ticked all the right boxes, and it was listed as very good condition. And the seller had listed it for £850, and she said, when I looked at the listing, it said had authenticity card. But to be sure, I asked her the question again in the comments. I asked her, does this bag come with with the original authenticity card? And she replied, yes. So I had no qualms. I felt really confident, really happy, and I made her an offer of 700, which she accepted. And I was just, I thought I'd won the lottery. I didn't think she would actually accept straight away. In fact, I was prepared to kind of negotiate and maybe even sort of meet in the middle, because, she'd listed it for 850. So I was prepared to even maybe go up to 800, or even if I had to pay, the 850, I was actually happy to do that. But the fact she accepted it at 700, I was absolutely thrilled. So I paid for the bag, and we kind of exchanged a few comments, and she said, yep, she would get it sent to me the following day. So there I was, just really excited, really looking forward to receiving it. And then of course, Vestiaire sort of kept me posted by email of the process. And after maybe about 3 days, Vestiaire said that they had received the item in their hub, and the bag was going through their quality control, which would take maybe up to 48 hours or something. And then another couple of days later, I received another email from Vestiaire, and I just assumed that they would say everything was fine, it had passed all the checks, and they were going to post it to me. So that's what I was expecting. But unfortunately, the email said that the item, there were some discrepancies. And what it said was that they put a close-up photo with the marks on the bag where they had noticed clear sort of grime and marks, and it was noticeable, But in fact, when I look back on the listing, the way the seller had taken the photograph was really clever, because you couldn't really tell. But of course, Vestiaire had zoomed in, and they had identified these dirty marks on the top of the bag near where the handle was. And I mean, once I saw it, I just couldn't ignore it. But then I thought, okay, well, it's just at the top, and you know, the handle would probably sort of cover most of it anyway, and it wouldn't really be that noticeable, and I could always tie a twilly on the handle and that would hide any marks, or I could try and clean it off myself. But then when I read through the rest of the report, it said that the authenticity card was missing. And so I thought, oh, okay, that's strange, because I had actually asked, you know, because the posting actually stated that it had an authenticity card. And when I asked the seller the question, she confirmed that it came with an authenticity card. So I thought, that's really odd. But anyway, I was given 48 hours to make a decision whether I was happy to go ahead with it, because they felt that, I mean, they had authenticated the bag and they did say that it was authentic, but it was just missing those bits. And also they needed to point out those markings that were not shown in the original listing, in the photographs. So I had to make a decision whether I was still going to go ahead with the purchase or just to cancel the order altogether, and then they would just refund me. But I thought, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to contact the seller again and see what she's got to say. So when I asked her, you know, about the authenticity card, she said, oh, no, what I meant to say was it comes with a certificate of authenticity, which she had done through a website. I think it was called Authenticate for You or something like that. So I thought, oh, come on. I mean, that is not the same as the original authenticity card, which was what I had asked her. I said, does this bag come with the original authenticity card? And she said, yes. So I was really unhappy when she then said, oh, actually, I meant to say it was, you know, an authenticity certificate done by a third-party website. So I guess for me, it was really, you know, I could live with the dirty markings at the top, which wasn't really that bad. And I suppose I could have cleaned it off. But I was really unhappy about her just misleading me and basically just lying, saying that, you know, the original authenticity card did come with the bag when in fact it didn't. And it was just an authenticity certificate from a third-party website. And even though Vestiaire also confirmed that the bag was authentic, I just felt like I had been lied to. And so I cancelled the order, which I guess, you know, I mean, do I regret it? Yes and no, because I do feel that it was a really lovely, pretty bag. But it was just the feeling of being lied to by somebody. I think if she had just said up front, you know, when I asked her before I paid for the bag, if she had just come clean and said, oh, no, unfortunately, it's not the original authenticity card, but it was authenticated by a third-party website, and you know, so it comes with that certificate. And had I known that right from the start, I actually would have been okay, you know, and I would have perhaps maybe started at a slightly lower price, or, you know, or at a lower offer. But at least I would have known from the very beginning. It was just the fact that she had lied about it, and then tried to kind of worm her way out of it. I just felt, no, that's not a trustworthy person, and I just didn't feel comfortable, you know, doing business with somebody who could just lie so easily. So that was that. So that was my recent experience with Vestiaire Collective's customer service and quality control. And I have to say, I was actually very impressed, because I do think on this occasion, they actually did a really good job, because I know they can be a little bit hit and miss. But yeah, they did really well in informing me what was missing, and also identifying any marks on the bag that was not mentioned or shown in the seller's original listing and photographs. And there was no pressure on me at all. The decision to cancel the order was entirely down to me, and they refunded my money really quickly as soon as I cancelled. So that was really great. So my advice is, if you were to buy anything from the secondary market, whether it's Vestiaire or any other sort of pre-loved websites, is just see if you can have direct contact with the seller. Ask as many questions as you can. And if you find that the seller is not really forthcoming, or maybe they're not even responsive to you, or there's any doubt whatsoever, then you should probably not go ahead with the purchase. Or just make sure that if you do go ahead with the purchase, just make sure of the company's refund policy, and making sure that you take steps towards protecting your own interest first and foremost. So anyway, I hope you found this video useful, and thank you so much for watching. And of course, if you are new to my channel, I hope you'll consider joining my little family. And until next time, take care and don't forget to smile. Bye-bye.